Okay, so we're going to go live in 3, 2. What's going on, everybody? My name is Jack Kelly, host of Point to the Spot, a US-based podcast where we focus on the world of football. Joining me, as always, is none other than my entirely bonkers friend, Reed Hammond. Reed, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right.
And once again, joining the show, we have a future presidential candidate, Ball for Prez 2020, Andrew Ball. Andrew, how are you doing? Hello, Andrew. Andrew, are you there?
Uh-oh.
Well, we seem to be. No, now I got to redo the intro.
Oh.
Where'd he go?
Whatever.
What
There
happened?
were some connection
Andrew?
issues. There were some connection issues with yours anyway. So we'll redo it.
Okay, I'll just redo it. Andrew, you there now?
Can you talk, Andrew? Oh, not again.
Oh boy.
Crap.
Wait, hold on. Are you muted right now?
No.
What? Everything's gone to hell.
This is supposed to be done by now.
It is supposed to be over. What happened? Andrew.
There's no
Wait, Andrew, can you hear us?
I think
Can you
hear
talk right now? Are you muted? So we did. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, maybe I did this by accident.
Oh my
shit, no.
God!
Wait, say something again.
I hate you. You're wrong always, Jack. You're wrong always.
Yeah, it says I'm live.
You're
Yeah, I
back.
fucked
It says
up.
the audio's
I fucked
work.
up.
Okay, so that wasn't my
I
fault.
fucked
That
up.
was on Jack.
No.
Yeah, I
right?
turned your
You're
volume off
infallible.
by accident. Okay, hold on. Just be quiet
You're
and don't say anything. I'm gonna
infallible.
redo the intro now. Okay, don't. You can unmute yourselves because I apparently fucked things up. So everybody go muted,
We'll just
and then that works too. Oh, did we lose him, Andrew? Is he just a body for you now? Okay, we're good. Everybody ready? Thumbs ups. All right, cool. We're going live again in 3, 2. What's going on, everybody? My name is Jack Kelly, host of Point to the Spot, a US-based podcast where we focus on the world of football. Joining me today, as always, is my entirely bonkers friend, Reed Hammond. Reed, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right.
And once again, joining the show, a future presidential candidate, Ball for Prez 2020, Andrew Ball. Andrew, how are you?
I'm excellent.
All right, boys. It was kind of a lull in the midweek compared to the busy Christmas and New Year period that we just went through. However, we did indeed have some football to watch. The EFL Cup semifinals, formerly known as the League Cup, the artist formerly known as the League Cup. In Tuesday's matchup, we had Manchester United taking on Hull City. Quite a cracker of a game, not at all. It was a terrible 90 minutes to watch. Manchester United 2, Hull City 0. It was pretty much the EFL Cup. That's about how I sum it up to that. However, Mourinho really went after that, kind of playing the full lineup, with Pogba being included in the game, as well as Zlatan, I think. I guess we'll go with Andrew on this one. What do you think about Mourinho chasing down this, kind of U21 Cup, U23 Cup with his full first-team roster?
Well, the funny thing is he played the first team and they didn't even look that good. I mean, Hull was holding their own for significant chunks of the first half, which is all I watched of it, which was insanely boring. I mean, they won 2-0, but one of those goals was offsides and shouldn't have counted. I mean, Manchester United are a weird beast, but it looks like they're going to wind up winning the League Cup if Mourinho keeps playing this strong roster, which is a shame. I would like to see Hull make it to the final and win the cup and then get relegated. That would have been funny, I think.
Yeah, an interesting point you brought up there with the offsides goal thing. I was reading somewhere that in their last 4 games at Old Trafford, Manchester United has scored 6 offside goals.
Including that one from Miki a few weeks back. That was just a stunner.
Yeah, so if that's not home cooking, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
But that being said, I'm fairly certain United are 13 unbeaten. It might be 13 in a row wins, all competitions. So, I mean, that's a pretty decent feat. Reed, do you think the Red Devils are looking dangerous and are going to be poised to not only go on to win the EFL Cup, but to potentially kind of make a push for the top four? Or do you think they're already kind of too far behind as they're lacking in the Premier League points-wise?
I think Mourinho is definitely going to prioritize the Capital One / Carlington / Mickey Mouse Cup. Because he's a hound for silverware, and United have a great marketing department. So if they can get their hands on an easy trophy, they're definitely going to do it. I think it's definitely going to complicate any FA Cup aspirations that they have, and I think and with the 3 competitions all at once, that does have a little bit of overlap from late January to mid-February. It's going to complicate their top 4 hopes, but I don't think a club like Manchester United, with the amount of money they've spent, will tolerate being out of the top 4. Like, I'm sure in their heads on the training ground, they're talking about the title run. They're not even talking about top 4. It's probably a little bit delusional, but I think getting a fake trophy will pad that ego.
Yeah, and that's very much a good word to use with it, especially when you're talking about Jose Mourinho and Manchester United. Especially Manchester United supporters is ego. That is a big thing with them. But like, let's take a look at Hull for a minute here. Just bring in the new manager. What is his name? Marco Silva? Yeah, Marco Silva. Just taking over for Mike Phelan, who was fired. And like, maybe it was a little bit hard done losing the job, similar to Bob Bradley, where like literally the club gave him nothing. And we're like, here, go win us the Prem, or don't get relegated, rather. But you got to admit, Marco Silva's done a decent job since taking over. I mean, he lost, but I think it'd be fun for Hull to make it into the final, especially with this new interim manager.
I mean, Hull looked lively. They don't look like a team that's resigned to being relegated, which I think is always a good sign.
Yeah, I mean...
And they have some solid players, including former Spur Ryan Mason.
This is true. They're also, in dead last in the Prem. That being said, they're only 3 points out of the drop, 3 points away from being out of the drop zone, because it's pretty much a 4-horse race to go down, with Middlesbrough flirting at the edge of that. But let's move on and talk about yesterday's match. Southampton 1, Liverpool 0. The Saints getting the job done at home behind a Nathan Redmond goal, I believe in the 20th minute. What do you guys make about this game? Both sides, again, really going after it. Jurgen Klopp was not afraid to play some of his starters. I mean, with the obvious absences of Sadio Mane, I know Philippe Coutinho was on the bench. What do you guys make about this? It seems like these managers are actually kind of going after the League Cup for a change, which is like a strange thing for me to think about, given that Arsene Wenger just sends the U23 team. What do you guys make? Do you think Liverpool can overcome this 1-0 deficit to make it to the final, Andrew?
Oh, sure. I mean, they're going back to Anfield. I mean, 1-0, especially given that it was at St. Mary's for Southampton, is nothing to overcome. I mean, I think the thing that Klopp and Mourinho have in common is that they're new managers. They're trying to make a mark. They're trying to justify a lot of transfer spending. And even though the League Cup is kind of a weird, fake entity, it's silverware that, your fan base can hang its hat on a little bit. And, I mean, both of those sides kind of have something to prove. They have a chip on their shoulder. But I really enjoyed this match yesterday. I actually watched all of it, and Southampton looked quite good. And this might be a case where if they can make it to the final, maybe win, that's some momentum that can carry over to the league, which would be interesting because a lot of those mid-tier teams suck at the moment.
Yeah, the discrepancies between Manchester United sitting 6th and then the 7th and 8th place teams is quite a bit in terms of points. Also in overall quality, when you would consider that currently sitting in 7th is Everton, who started the season hot, but then has just been in a terrible run of form. Seeing us other 9 points back at 6th place. And then the English footballing giants of West Bromwich and Albion, sitting in 8th place currently on 29 points. But Reed, I know you also got to see the match yesterday. What are your takeaways from the Saints versus the Reds? Do you like Liverpool's chances going back to Anfield, or do you think that Southampton can depend on those reliable center backs of theirs and buckle in?
I think it's going to be. If I had a bet, I think it'd be a goal glut at Liverpool. I think Southampton. If we're going predictions, I think Southampton are going to come in with the trenches dug. But I would guess a goal before the first 15th minute. Before the 15th minute, and then I think both teams are just going to have to go after it. It's going to be interesting to see what Southampton can look going forward. But Liverpool weren't all that cohesive when they had a really good formula before the new year, but with Coutinho being out for a couple months and Mane being out at the Africa Cup of Nations, it's kind of pulling some threads in the rug, so we'll see what comes out of it.
Yeah, I mean, and talking about Coutinho, he did feature yesterday, and I personally did not see much of this game at all. But he came on in the 61st minute. How did he look? Did you think he looked slow, or was he dangerous as he normally is right away?
I don't think you can't really call him dangerous. I think he's kind of acclimatizing because he left the team with Mane still in it, and there's that adjustment period that he has to go through. So it's kind of I think there's very strong conclusions that comparisons that you can make to when Payet had that really bad ankle sprain, or I think it was a broken ankle maybe last year when he picked it up against Everton in the late fall. And then he had 3 or 4 games that he just had to get his tuning back up to where he was before. And I think especially coming back from injury and not having the same team around you, is going to be much more difficult for Liverpool than they expect.
Yeah, I mean, then again, a player like Philippe Coutinho, you expect him to be good right from the get-go. A player that nobody expects to be good right from the get-go is Daniel Sturridge. Actually got to start in this one and played the full 90 as Origi was, as Firmino was actually taken off and Origi was put on. Jurgen Klopp making just 2 substitutions in this one. What do you make of his recent run of games, Andrew? Do you think Sturridge has an actual chance to be good for Liverpool again? Do you think he's a chance to get back in the England squad?
Well, I think the thing that always remains to be seen with Daniel Sturridge is he's had these moments in the past where he's put together a few matches where he's looked good and then gets hurt. And it's sad, really. I mean, I have nothing against Daniel Sturridge, and it'd be nice to see him get to the point where he could feature for England again on a regular basis. He's a really nice guy. You don't have anything against him. And I think if you can put something together here, stay healthy, really add some veteran leadership as a guy who's been around Liverpool for a few years and has been in title races before, he could really add some gravitas to that Reds team as they try and chase down a title now.
Yeah, that's very true. Reed, I pose you a question. 1-word answer, either yes or no. Daniel Sturridge to West Ham in January. If the deal could happen, would you do it?
Yes.
Yes. Well, you heard it here first, guys. We are gonna take a short break now. Join us in part 2 of the show when we have the first ever rendition of Reed Hammond's very own segment on the show, Reed's Football Fables. So we'll be right back with that, guys. Bear with us just a minute. Okay, hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
Wait, did you say yes or no? You said yes, right?
What? Yeah, I said yeah.
You gotta take him, right?
Oh yeah, we love an injury-prone English striker.
Yeah.
It's our whole MO at this point. It's our thing, Everyone needs a tagline,
Isn't that so true? Reed's on the move, or Andrew's on the move. He likes being mobile.
Yeah, he does.
I like this phone thing, except it sucks my battery like a bitch. But Okay, I'm gonna send someone a text, so if I'm not there, don't freak out.
Okay.
I'm freaking out.
Oh my God, he's gone. Hi, Reed.
Hey, Jack. I love this story. I think this is a great story.
Are you ready? It's literally like you're just gonna get as much time, and Andrew and I are gonna just sit idly by while you tell your story, and then you're gonna ask us some questions, and we're gonna talk about it.
I'm back. Don't know if you all were waiting on me.
No, well, no, we're good. Yeah, so we're going to Reed. How ambitious are you feeling today?
What do you mean?
How about you like to welcome everybody back for part 2 of the show?
Oh, I would love to. Let me just pull up the tables that I need
Yep, you're good.
real quick. Where are they? Oh, Blackpool. Wow, they're in 11th place in League Two. That is fucking ridiculous.
Right now,
They have such terrible management.
Yeah. Oh, they have the worst owners in football, is what they're considered. But yeah, no, I'm ready. Let me.
you just gotta hit us with a.
Here, this is a mock. I'll give you a mock. Ready? It's gonna be.
Maybe we're not ready as Andrew's taking a pee.
Oh, I know, but like this is gonna be a run through. Just listen to the intro. It's gonna be.
I can't flip you off right now, Jack, because my camera went away, but I would if I could.
I don't need to see that. You just got to hit everybody with a welcome back to part 2 of the show, guys, and then you can go into your
It's gonna be. Welcome back to part 2 of the show, guys. Reed Hammond's Football Fables.
I love it. I love every second of
I
it.
love it too.
I also love if Andrew would be done using the restroom.
I am ready to go whenever.
Damn it.
We just gotta make sure there's no movement noise going on there.
Oh, fuck off.
I will mute you
Let's do this.
real quick. All right.
Just count down, Reed. Like give it like a 3, 2.
3, 2, 1. All right, guys. Welcome back. Part 2 of the show. This week's new segment, Reed's Football Fables. And I would like to take you back to a place. Warmer time. Some would say a better time. May 19th, 2012. It's the championship playoff final. West Ham versus Blackpool. A moment that I think has shaped the clubs in the directions in which they have taken after. This is a spot that you can point to that put them on 2 different paths. You know, the path of the, before recent events, upcoming, ambitious, fighting to be the best of the rest, fighting to break up the top 6, West Ham United, and the now lowly, once great Blackpool. This is a match that it was early on in my West Ham obsession but it really sucked me in. It's what finally put the nail in the coffin that this was going to be my club. You know, the final itself finished 2-1 with a beautiful Carlos Vazquez goal. To the point that I can recite the commentary. I've watched this so many times. Please, if you would like, look for it on YouTube. It's up. And Blackpool are a team that have what some would consider the worst ownership in England right now. They went from a fairly ambitious, fairly up and coming championship side to League Two. They're currently in 11th place, 22 games into the season. They're not looking good. The fans have been calling for the Oyston's head for years now. And in retrospect, with all of the complaints about the board right now, and, you know, everyone's kind of a little bit soured opinion of Sam Allardyce, when you look back at the team, it reminds you to a West Ham of old almost, you know. And I think the best has come out of this game from West Ham, and the worst parts of Blackpool have been magnified as well. It's just a beautiful, point in the world that you can point to of just two teams mirroring each other. And I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on when football teams just separate in the manner in which these two did.
Is this directed at us?
This is directed to you.
Are you taking it to the listeners on Twitter?
We'll take this to both listeners on Twitter and then also you. Jack, you're gonna have to do some editing.
What?
All right, so I'll give a plea to the listeners on Twitter and then also you guys.
Okay.
So we'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts. Watch the highlights. It was a great game. Let us know on Twitter at @PointToTheSpot. And then Jack and Andrew, give me your thoughts.
Andrew, I'll defer to you. You can go first.
Well, this is a really interesting point just because, I mean, I'm old enough to remember when Blackpool were in the Premier League in 2011 and looked like they might stay up for a while and then had a weird fine/kerfuffle with the FA over a weakened side against Aston Villa in the FA Cup, or maybe it was League Cup, I can't remember. And then, I mean, that was just kind of illustrative of the cluster that was their management at that point. And it's just, they're kind of a very classic side. And there are a lot of these kind of sprinkled throughout the lower divisions in England, which, as someone who has come to the EPL relatively recently, that's all kind of lost on me. But it is very interesting how there are these moments that just define clubs like that. And I very much enjoyed this football fable. So thank you, Reed.
I do what I can.
Yes, your storytelling ability is impeccable. I mean, you bring up an interesting point now. I think you were telling us during the break that Blackpool is currently in 11th place, right, in League Two?
Yeah. Oh, they're well down.
I mean, I don't know if there's been another club to drop quite as fast as they have, given that they were in the Premier League within the last 6 seasons.
Portsmouth would like a word, Jack.
Yeah.
You're right. You got me. Got me. But you brought up like an interesting phenomena in English football, and you're not so much seeing it. I mean, you're seeing it somewhat with this season with Hull City beating Sheffield Wednesday.
No.